Good morning. Welcome to day 12 of the 30-day money course. I am Elizabeth Bukor and I am the founder of Wealth Little and your hostess here on this 30-day money course. So we've been talking about savings a lot for the last couple of days, but today we are going to talk about where we should save. So we know we should save, but where exactly should we put our money? Now, I'm going to share with you my 4 top places where I would save, or I would recommend that you save your money. But I know that this is just the tip of the iceberg because there are many places where you can actually save your money. But I'm going to share with you my top 4. But before I get into that, there are 2 questions that you have to ask yourself before you can decide where you want to save. 1, what exactly are you saving for? Is it an emergency fund or a holiday fund? And 2, when are you saving for? Are you saving for something you might need tomorrow, or are you saving for something you know you will not need before next year or before the next 18 months? Okay, so the 4 top places that I like to save is, first one is the Easy Access Savings Account. Now, this is your standard savings account. It's every single bank will offer you this type of savings account if you opened a savings account. It usually has the lowest interest rates, but it allows you to easily dip into your savings any day and any time. Now, this type of savings account is good for an emergency or life fund, like I like to call it, because you can easily access it when you need to. If there's an emergency, you need money right now, you can go to your Easy Access Savings Account, which is your standard savings account, and get your money out. Okay, so the second type of savings account, which I really like, is the regular savings account. Now, the regular savings account gives you a much better interest rate because it requires you to commit to saving within a range each month. So there's usually a minimum that you can save and a maximum amount of money that you can save each month. And if you decide to open a regular savings account, you have to commit, maybe let's say for 12 months, to save within this particular range, certain amounts of money each month. Now, because of this commitment is why you have a much higher interest rate. However, be careful, because if you don't save this amount of money that in the month, you might be liable for not even get penalized by not having your interest withdrawn. So you want to be careful with that. So do some research on how much the type of regular savings account you want, and decide how much you can save each month. Now, this type of account is great if you have a goal that's like a year or 2 away, or even 6 months away, but you can't put a lump sum savings down now. But each month you're going to get paid, and each month you can put down 5% of your income, 2% of your income, 3% of your income, or whatever percentage you can put in that amount each month into this savings account. And then each month you're going to always put a certain amount of money, and that way the commitment is easier. So so this is good if you have a goal of maybe going on holiday in the next 12 months, and then you can keep putting £100 each month into this regular savings account, and you can get rewarded by the interest you get at the end of the 12 months. The third type of savings account that I like is the fixed rate bonds interest rate savings account, fixed rate bonds savings account. Now, with this type of savings account, you have to commit to putting a sum of money down for a period of time, usually 1 to 2 years, and sometimes it's more. But and the beautiful thing about this type of account is that from the very beginning how much interest you're going to get paid. So once you put that money down, you already know that at the end of the life, so the term of the savings term, that you are going to get paid interest this certain amount. Now, it's important that you put down money in this type of savings account that you're not going to want to touch, because you have to leave it untouched to reap the benefits. Now, the fourth type of savings account is your individual savings account. Now, this ISAs in the UK are best to save tax-free. So if you want to save money without paying tax on your interest earned, then the ISA is for you. And in the UK here, the ISA is, you can save up to £20,000 without paying any tax. And each year, and every year you can save another 20. But depending on, and there are loads of different types of ISAs, and some ISAs have easy access, and some ISAs you leave the money fixed for a certain length of time. But depending on the type of ISA that you have the interest rate is dependent on the type of ISAs that you have. Now, in different countries, you have the equivalent of this. There are, government financial instruments that you can save into, certificates of deposits, treasury bills, are all equivalent, where you can save money for a length of time and gain some interest from it. So I want you, for your assignment for today, is to decide on where, what you're saving for. Are you saving for an emergency fund? How much should your emergency fund be in your currency? You want to start by working up to have at least 1 month of your living expenses. So that's the money that you spend towards, your rent, your food, your transport, the total of that. You want to be able to save that, that's your first milestone. So even if you take a few months to get there, you want to get that as your first milestone in your emergency fund, and then keep building up from there. And then also, if you have any goals that you want to do in the future, maybe you're saving for a wedding, whether it's yours or someone else's wedding, you're saving for a car, your first home, or even you're saving for a holiday, then you can also decide what type of savings account should I open so that I can maximize the amount of money I can earn in the short term. So that brings us to the end of our savings series, and I look forward to receiving emails from you saying day 12 done, once you have decided what type of savings accounts you need to open that are necessary for your saving goals, right? And then make sure that you actually open them. Do the research that you need to know that you need to do to know which is the best bank or which is the best financial provider of the savings account that you want, and do the research to know how to open it, understand the small print, to understand what the consequences are if you're unable to save, and if you do, and how much you need to save if it's a regular savings account. I want you to understand all of those things as well. Okay, and I'll see you in day 13. Happy saving.